On the last episode, we made our custom Frank castle, but now it's time to let out the Punisher. Welcome back to part 2 of my One Last Kitbash project, where I aim to take the budget of a Hot Toys figure and instead make 2. If you haven't seen part 1 yet, I highly recommend it, as I will be skipping over certain steps and explanations that can be found in that video. For part 2, we're going to be tackling his One Last Kill Punisher outfit that he wears for exactly 65 seconds of screen time. Yeah, I counted it. This has to be the shortest lived Punisher outfit of all time. I mean, they swapped him out of it immediately for Brand New Day. And nonetheless, it is a pretty sick costume, even if he does have Pauly D hair. Before we get into the work, let's take a look at the tools I bought for this Kitbash. As mentioned in part 1, I did go a bit overboard with the amount of weaponry I bought, but I was introduced to these new models and I just had to get some for this project. This is a 1/6 scale weapon set from a brand called Easy and Simple. The weapons and accessories included vary depending on which one you get, but I went with the all black sniper and pistol set, which is very fitting for the Punisher, especially recently. These weapons are incredibly detailed and have several moving parts, similar to some weapons I've handled from Hot Toys themselves. The magazines eject, the slides can pull forward and back, the rifle has swappable scopes and even underbarrel attachments. These are some really cool accessories for sure. This $40 weapon set gave me so many parts for this custom. Not only the weapons, but the holsters and magazines were used on the outfit as well. The other main component of this Kitbash is this Special Forces swap figure I found on Amazon. Sure, it looks cheap as it's presented, and it was. I only paid 30 bucks for it, but I saw so much potential in it and I'm glad I took the chance because it ended up being perfect for his outfit and added more weapons and accessories to the armory. The main draw here was his clothing. I needed an all black tactical uniform and this option was cheaper and brought more stuff than just buying a shirt and pants off eBay. With this one purchase, we secured his entire outfit. I just have to make small adjustments to the shirt by cutting off this Velcro strap and cleaning up some of the threads. And since I wasn't using that body or any of these extra pieces that I had, I might as well put them together to give Frank a henchman to punish later in the photo shoot. As for the heads, the vest, and the knee pads, those are all 3D printed. Check part 1 if you want to know which files I used or want links to download them yourselves. And that's all the stuff we'll be using to bring my vision to life, so now let's get it done. As always, we start by priming everything. Then I give everything a base coat of black. You might be wondering why I didn't just prime them black and save time. The answer is because I'm an idiot. The heads will also get a black base coat. Then I'll come back with some white sprayed from above to add highlights and shadows before we start painting the skin. Now, we did go over the skin painting in part 1, so I'll just reiterate that this took quite a few coats of varying skin tones and pinks to achieve. I just kept adding different tones until the heads matched with the skin tone from the body. And here's what I ended up calling good enough, so it's time to do the hair. To replicate that shaved sides look, I thinned down the black to make sure the skin tone underneath would still peek through a bit, whereas the top of his hair and beard get the full dyed black look of the show. The pupils and the inside of the mouth come next, getting a base coat of white before anything else. I even heavily thinned down some red paint to apply to the corner of his eyes to make him look even more angry and tired. Maybe even like he needs to take a nap?
I can't fuck with a nap. I can't fuck with that. I respect it. Yeah, man, and like...
Time to give the inside of his mouth a few coats of pink and clean up the teeth. I even gave his lips a thinned down coat of pinkish brown while I was at it. As for the pupils, I don't dare paint those on camera, so I'll just show you how it turned out. All we gotta do now is add a bit of blood where needed and we can call the heads done. Now it's time to paint his iconic skull emblem, and I chose to freehand it. The design itself isn't too complicated, and the vest being black makes fixing mistakes simple enough. With a bit of time and some patience, I was able to replicate it pretty well. The pouches and holsters need to get attached to the uniform. Luckily, the ones included in the weapon set are pretty easy to install on the belt. I chose to glue the vest on, which in hindsight I regret doing. I probably could have rigged some velcro to keep it on him, but I'll keep that in mind for the next time I make a character wearing a vest. Either way, I was able to get it on nice and sturdy, so we can move on to the final step of this custom, the graffiti wall. In the scene, we see that behind him is a black wall covered in graffiti, so I decided to use the back wall of the armory to make a separate backdrop with that inspiration. Now, I don't really know how to do graffiti off the top of my head, so I used a variety of different generators to make some of them. Others are inspired by things from the Daredevil show, some are just MCU Easter eggs, along with a few other random bits I decided to throw in. Since I was painting on black, I had to give everything a base coat of white before I started adding all the different colors to each piece. This process did take me at least 2 hours, but I think it looks pretty cool, so I don't regret it. After doing all that work and cleaning up all the mistakes, I had to dirty it all up. So I sponged on some black and brown washes to help make it look more worn down and lived in. And with the wall finally done, it's punishing time! So what do you guys think? Was Project One Last Kitbash a success? Did I manage to get close enough to the Hot Toys design? Let me know down in the comments. I'd also appreciate a like and hyping up the video if you like what I do around here. I've got plenty more custom figures and statues coming your way, so stay tuned. Next up, we'll be hopping back into JJK and I'll be bringing you everyone's favorite lawyer. As always, thanks for watching and I'll catch you on the next one.